Ralph W. Stephenson occupies a central place in chiropractic history. His contributions form a bedrock upon which the profession's early philosophical and practical framework was built. Emerging from the vibrant intellectual environment of the Palmer School of Chiropractic, where he graduated in 1921, Stephenson quickly distinguished himself as a key figure under the guidance of B.J. Palmer, the son of chiropractic's founder, D.D. Palmer. By 1925, he had ascended to the leadership of the technique department and clinic, a testament to his rapid rise and the trust placed in his abilities. His most enduring legacy lies in his authorship of the Chiropractic Textbook, published in 1927, a work that crystallized chiropractic's identity during a formative age. This text reveals a man committed to systematizing a profession that blended deductive philosophy with hands-on practice. The Chiropractic Textbook, structured into freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and PhD, that is, philosopher of chiropractic sections, offers a meticulously crafted curriculum that progresses from foundational concepts to advanced clinical and scholarly pursuits. Reflecting Stephenson's vision of chiropractic as both a science and a philosophy rooted in the body's innate capacity for self-regulation. The freshman section of the Chiropractic Textbook serves as an entry point, laying a philosophical foundation that underpins all subsequent teachings. Here, Stephenson defines chiropractic as a triad, a philosophy, science, and art, asserting that it transcends mere spinal manipulation to encompass a profound understanding of life's intelligent design. He introduces the concept of universal intelligence, an infinite force animating all matter, and innate intelligence, its localized expression within living organisms, limited by the material it governs. This dual framework is the cornerstone of his philosophy, articulated through the 33 principles that he would fully enumerate later in the text. The normal complete cycle, a 31-step process tracing the flow of mental impulses from the brain to tissue cells and back, emerges as a key teaching tool, illustrating how innate intelligence maintains bodily coordination. Stephenson contrasts chiropractic's deductive reasoning, starting with general truths like universal intelligence and applying them to specific cases, with the inductive laboratory-based methods of conventional science, which he critiques for ignoring the role of intelligence in living systems. He cautions against conflating chiropractic's unique terminology with common usage, emphasizing terms like dis-ease to denote incoordination rather than disease in the medical sense. The 5 signs of life, assimilation, excretion, adaptability, growth, and reproduction, are presented as evidence of this intelligence, while his theory of cell expansion offers a distinctive take on embryonic development, aligning with a vitalistic worldview. This section sets the tone for a holistic approach, positioning chiropractic as the missing link between immaterial mind and material matter, a theme that resonates throughout his work. In the sophomore section, Stephenson expands his earlier philosophy into a detailed discussion of physiological cycles and the origins of disease. He broadens the concept of cycles beyond the normal complete cycle to include normal special sense cycles, such as sight and sound, abnormal cycles caused by subluxations, and restoration cycles, enabled by adjustments, linking them to universal cause and effect principles. He describes 6 key physiological cycles: serous, blood, respiration, nutrition, heat, and nerve, showing how they work together under the direction of innate intelligence to maintain bodily harmony. Subluxations, he argues, disrupt these cycles, leading to incoordination and dis-ease, which he distinguishes from trauma or injury without sickness. Drawing from Principle 31, interference with the transmission of innate forces causes incoordination or dis-ease, Stephenson also examines compound and complex cycles, which require multiple systems to function in unison, and considers environmental factors like air, food, climate, and hygiene that can poison the body if unbalanced. His vivid analogies, such as the wet man too much serum and the dry man too little serum, highlight the role of fluid circulation in coordination, while his discussion of survival value and retracing underscores the body's adaptive and restorative capacities. Stephenson places subluxation at the center of his vitalistic view and uses tools like the universal diagram of cycles, similar to the chiropractic chart, to visually explain these complex relationships. The junior section marks a pivotal shift toward clinical application, bridging philosophy with diagnostic and adjustment techniques. Stephenson reaffirms innate intelligence's operation through the nervous system, with subluxations as the chief impediments, and details methods to locate these misalignments: palpation, nerve tracing, and the neurocoulometer, which detected temperature differentials. Introduced by B.J. Palmer in 1924, the neurocoulometer aligns with Stephenson's era and his emphasis on objective tools, though its scientific validity remains debated today. Adjustments, he insists, must be specific, targeting precise subluxations to restore spinal biomechanics and nerve function, contrasting with shotgun adjustments that he warns can scatter healing resources and weaken patients. The 9 primary functions, motor, calorific, sensory, secretory, excretory, nutritive, reparatory, expansive, and reproductive, offer a diagnostic framework for assessing abnormalities, while the major or minor condition distinction guides treatment prioritization, a concept refined in later sections. Retracing reemerges as a healing sign, requiring chiropractors to distinguish it from deterioration, reflecting Principle 6. There is no process that does not require time. This section showcases Stephenson's leadership in the technique department, blending his philosophical roots with practical expertise to train chiropractors in precise, effective care. In the senior section, Stephenson synthesizes chiropractic's historical origins with its philosophical maturity, serving as a capstone to the earlier sections. He recounts D.D. Palmer's adjustment of Harvey Lillard, a deaf janitor whose hearing was restored in 1895, framing it as the profession's genesis and refining subluxation from a crude dislocation or bump to a partial misalignment disrupting nerve flow. This historical narrative grounds his work in chiropractic's empirical beginnings, a nod to his role as a preserver of its legacy. The 33 principles, fully articulated here, deepen this foundation. Universal intelligence animates all matter. Innate intelligence adapts it for the body, and life is their union. The trinity of life, intelligence, force, matter, and chiropractic meaning of life, intelligence through matter, encapsulate his metaphysical vision, while force is defined as the bridge uniting intelligence and matter, expressed through motion. The nervous system, with its efferent and afferent pathways, is the conduit for innate intelligence, and adjustments remove interference to enable healing. Stephenson explores consciousness, the educated brain, versus unconsciousness, the innate-driven brain, adaptation limits, and evolution values, portraying innate intelligence as constructive within universal laws. This section reflects his dual role as philosopher and historian, weaving a narrative that honors chiropractic's past while articulating its worldview for future practitioners. The PHC section marks the peak of Stephenson's educational vision, emphasizing advanced understanding of causation and scholarly expertise. In his view, the study of etiology, the origins of disease, centers on subluxations as the universal cause, identified directly through tools like the neurocolometer and spinographs rather than indirectly through symptoms or the older Merrick system. While the Merrick system divides the body into zones based on spinal nerve supply, the newer clinical system classifies effects, such as distinguishing between true and false headaches, to improve diagnostic accuracy. Stephenson outlines how to address major and minor conditions, recommending that practitioners first correct the most severe minor issue before tackling a major one, preventing the patient from being overwhelmed, a method consistent with his earlier focus on specificity and recovery time. He also considers prognosis factors such as age, medical history, and patient cooperation, and details a systematic analytical process involving questioning, documenting symptoms, and tracing nerve pathways. The PhD degree, separate from the Doctor of Chiropractic title, requires a thesis that makes an original contribution to chiropractic philosophy with a narrow scope, technical precision, and adherence to approved principles, avoiding topics like medicine, politics, or classical philosophy. This approach reflects Stephenson's aim to raise chiropractic to a scholarly discipline, building on his leadership in the philosophy department and fostering intellectual growth within his vitalistic framework. Stephenson's broader contributions extend beyond the textbook, encompassing a rich tapestry of educational and technical innovations. His 33 principles, introduced in the freshman section and woven throughout, form a deductive scaffold that starts with universal intelligence and culminates in clinical application, distinguishing chiropractic from inductive, symptom-focused medicine. His articles in the Chiropractor during the early 1920s and illustrations for texts like Craven's Orthopedy and the Chiropractic Chart demonstrate his skill in making abstract concepts accessible, a trait honed in his teaching roles. As head of the technique department, he refined adjustment methods like toggle recoil, aligning them with his philosophical tenets, while his endorsement of the neurocolometer reflects the technological optimism of the 1920s under B.J. Palmer's influence. The Art of Chiropractic, published alongside the textbook, earned high praise from Palmer as the best work on vertebral adjusting, underscoring Stephenson's technical prowess. Together, these efforts reveal a man who bridged theory and practice, philosophy and pedagogy, to standardize chiropractic for a growing profession. Yet, Stephenson's work is not without its complexities and contradictions when viewed through a modern lens. His His vitalistic framework, rooted in the 1920s, clashes with contemporary chiropractic's shift toward evidence-based practice. The neurocoulometer, championed in the junior and PHC sections, relies on temperature differentials to detect subluxations, a method lacking robust scientific validation today. His assertion that all disease stems from spinal misalignments oversimplifies causation, ignoring multifactorial influences like genetics or pathogens, a critique echoed in modern debates about chiropractic's scientific credibility. The PHC's metaphysical leanings, emphasizing innate intelligence over empirical data, may feel anachronistic in an era demanding measurable outcomes, while the thesis requirement, though rigorous, confines innovation to a narrow scope. These tensions highlight the historical specificity of Stephenson's contributions. They were groundbreaking for their time, codifying a profession in its infancy, but they reflect a worldview that modern practitioners often reinterpret or move beyond. Ultimately, Ralph W. Stephenson's contributions to chiropractic are a monumental achievement, encapsulating a vision that balanced philosophy, education, and practice in a way few others could. Through the Chiropractic Textbook, he provided a comprehensive, progressive curriculum that guided students from foundational belief to advanced mastery, culminating in the PHE's call for original thought within chiropractic's paradigm. His 33 principles, technical innovations like toggle recoil, and holistic approach to health, spanning spinal alignment, environmental factors, and innate intelligence, defined early chiropractic's intellectual and practical contours. While his vitalistic stance faces scrutiny in today's evidence-driven landscape, his work endures as a historical cornerstone, offering profound insight into the profession's formative years. Stephenson's legacy is one of structure, belief, and ambition, a testament to his mission to establish chiropractic as a distinct, principled discipline, forever linked to the Palmer legacy and the broader story of alternative healing in the 20th century. Thank you for watching the final video in the philosophy series. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for more content on the channel.